Hello everyone. Pag-usapan natin yung priority order of DNR permits and documents. Environmental compliance with the DENR or Department of Environment and Natural Resources should follow a logical order of prioritization. Bilang isang PCO, kailangan mong matutunan, malaman yung logical order of prioritization para hindi pabalik-balik, para tuloy-tuloy ka, very smooth yung ating compliance, environmental compliance. And of course, yung logical order of prioritization para ma-meet both legal and regulatory requirements. Yung batas na sinasabi at yung requirement ng departamento, ang DNR. And of course, to minimize the risk of violation. Pagka kasi inuna mo yung iba, baka lalong may mataas na violation. So foremost in this hierarchy na makikita natin at mapag-aaralan ay ang unang-una, foremost nga, is the acquisition of the environmental compliance certificate or the certificate of non-coverage. So the owners and or facilitators of the project, the owner, operator, manager, lessor of establishment, dapat uunahin mo itong environmental compliance certificate or certificate of non-coverage because this document serves as the foundation of all environmental compliance. Mapapansin nyo yan pagka mayroong inspection. Yun at yun ang unang titingnan. So kapag kulang ka or wala kanyang environmental compliance certificate or ECC or certificate of non-coverage or CNC, pwede nang sambitin ay wala ka na nung iba kasi yun nga ang almost requirements sa mga other permits na kinukuha. Kaya dapat ma-follow mo ang logical order na ating pag-uusapan to minimize the risk of violation. Ang Environmental Compliance Certificate, ulitin natin, at saka Certificate of Non-Coverage ay foundation of all environmental compliance. Nanganganak kasi yan eh. As it establishes that the project has undergone the required environmental impact evaluation pursuant to Presidential Decree 1586 or the Philippine Environmental Impact Statement System. At kung sasambitin mo itong batas na ito without an ECC or CNC, the legitimacy of a project implementation and subsequent permitting may be questioned. Parang, paano ka nagkaroon ng ganitong mga permits, wala ka pala niyang pinakaumpisa na yan. So, sa mga PCO, sa mga owners and managers, lalong-lalo yung mga tinatawag nating managing heads, yan ang unang-unang isi-secure. Talking about logical order of prioritization. Following the ECC or CNC, mayroon tayong mga operational permits na tinatawag na that during operation of our project or establishment, kailangan meron ka nito. Such as itong permit to operate of air pollution source installation. Ang iba nga, tawag nila dito air pollution source equipment. At uusapan kasi dito nga yung sources of emissions, dapat merong permit to operate. Kasama din ang discharge permit. Yan ang mga operational permits. The permit to operate for the air and the discharge permit sa ating mga wastewater should be secured after mong makuha yung ating ECC or CNC. Yang mga permits na yan, permit to operate, and then discharge permit, very critical. Critical na very pa. What do we mean? Dahil meron tayong direct regulation sa mga to. Yung emissions, hindi yan light matter. Pagka nag-emit ka ng regulated air pollutants, covered ka ng permitting requirements. Ganon din sa discharge permit. Bakit critical? Kasi when you are discharging wastewater containing regulated water pollutants, may direct regulation yan. Commonly, being assessed sa isang industriya, sa isang planta, sa isang establishmento, whether commercial or institutional, kung ito ay available. O, tinitingnan, meron ka bang permit to operate kung may generators, boilers, furnace, paint booth, meron ka ba niyan? Kailangan meron kang permit to operate. Yung mga facilities generating wastewater, kailangan mo itong discharge permit before ka mag-discharge sa mga water bodies. At dahil nga, lalong-lalo kung wala kang connection sa public sewerage system, kailangan mo meron kang discharge permit. So, this permit to operate and discharge permit are critical. Kung ikaw ay nagre-rent ng commercial space or tenant ka ng isang mall, mayroon kunting exemption dyan. Like, if you are a tenant in the mall, bakit ka naman mag-a-apply ng discharge permit? Nakaka-integrate ka naman sa building drainage. Like, kung ikaw ay tenant ng isang commercial space, pagka wala ng kuryente, bubuhayin ng may-ari ng building yung kanilang generator, di naman yun sa'yo. Kaya pwedeng ma-exempt ka din dyan. So, the permit to operate and discharge permit are essential in environmental compliance dahil regulated ito. Mayroong direct regulation. So, ang permit to operate, regulated ito ng RA 8749, otherwise known as the Philippine Clean Air Act. At yun namang discharge permit, regulated naman ito under RA 9275. Hindi pala regulated, prescribed. Prescribed ito ng RA 9275 or Clean Water Act. Equally important is the registration as a hazardous waste generator. So yung mga facilities that produce hazardous waste, halimbawa used oil, yung mga empty containers previously containing toxic substances, tinatawag ko na contaminated containers, yung mga chemical residues, hindi naman talaga nauubos yan. Yun ngang mga pesticide, di ba? Nasa mga container, di naman nauubos doon sa lalagyan pagkatapos hindi na siya ma-spray eh. O yung mga chemical residues, mga busted LED bulb, busted fluorescent lamp, infectious waste, those are hazardous waste that are toxic in nature. Some are reactive, ignitable, corrosive. So, under RA 6969, ganun din ang Dow 2013-22, the revised procedures and standards for the management of hazardous waste requires the registration as hazardous waste generator sa DENR, Environmental Management Bureau. At bakit kailangan magrehistro? Well, the registration as a hazardous waste generator as a legal requirement under RA 6969 and its rules and regulations ensures that hazardous waste are properly tracked and managed. Kung registered ka as waste generator, nasisiguro ng gobyerno na natatrack ang ating movement sa ating waste generation. How do you manage this waste? Transported ba to sa isang approved disposal facility o hindi? So once registered, facilities must also establish formal contracts with DNR accredited transporter para totoo yung hazardous waste management system. So sa mga PCO, i-register nyo ang establishment ninyo sa DNR EMB Hazardous Waste Management System as a waste generator. Ano po? Para magkaroon kayo ng DNR ID number at para magkaroon kayo ng formal ah, contract sa mga DNR accredited transporter kasi hindi sila makikipag-MOA kung hindi kayo registered as waste generator. So sa mga nag-generate ng hazardous waste, you must have as hazardous waste generators ID. Now kapag registered ka na as waste generator, makikipag-MOA na sa'yo ang transporter, ang TSD. Ang tatlong ito, tinatawag natin na yung tripartite agreement which demonstrate the proper waste handling from generation to final disposal. Yan ang kagandahan yan. So beyond the permits and registration, once na ma-secure mo na yan, kailangan i-sustain mo na to. The compliance must be sustained. Meron ka ng mga permits, meron ka ng registration, meron ka pang kakontrata ng mga accredited din ng DNR. So beyond permits and registration, compliance must be sustained through regular submission of a self-monitoring report or SMR at saka compliance monitoring report or SMR. So the self-monitoring report is very important sa DNR EMB pag sinubmit mo because it contains information and data that can be used for decision and policy making. At yung documents na natukoy natin, SMR, also reflects the facility's ongoing adherence to environmental standards. At laging tinitingnan yung mga reports na yan. Kung hindi man yung report mo, yung facility mo na mismo. The presence of an accredited pollution control officer, of course, further strengthens compliance. Merong itinalagang liaison officer, may itinalagang partner ang DNR sa kumpanya. The presence of this accredited pollution control officer strengthens the compliance of the company because the PCO, for me, is responsible for overseeing environmental projects, programs, activities. In fact, maintaining records, data, information, and as a PCO, ensuring that regulatory obligations are consistently met. Di yan pababayaan ng isang PCO. Kaya sa logical order of prioritization, after mong makakuha ng environmental compliance certificate, syempre, yung iba, certificate of non-coverage, syempre, pwede ka na mag-secure ng relevant permits from LGU. So, yan yung sunod na gagawin pag nakakuha ka ng ECC or CNC. Mag-a-apply ka ng business permit or mag-register ka na sa business, kukuha ka ng business permit, kukuha ka ng mga building permit. And then once na okay ka na sa LGU, isipin mo na mag-apply ng PCO accreditation. So, pangatlo yan sa ating sequence. So, kung nakakuha ka na ng ECC or CNC, may business permit ka na, meron ka ng proof of company registration, lalo DTI or SEC, yun nga, mag-apply na ng PCO accreditation kung sino man po ang i-appoint na PCO. And then once na makuha mo na yung 1, 2, 3, pwede ka na mag-apply ng mga operational permits gaya ng permit to operate at saka discharge permit. Bakit? Yung number 1, number 2, number 3 ay siyang mga requirements para makakuha ka na ng number 4, number 5. Yan ang sinasabi natin. Kung wala yung number 1 and 2 and 3, di ka makakarating sa 4 and 5. And after mong makakuha ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, syempre meron ka ng mga legal permits. Pwede ka nang makipag-MOA sa mga DNR accredited service provider, especially yung mga transporter at TSD. So, yan yung pang-anim sa sequence natin. Makipag-MOA ka na sa mga service provider. And then you submit self-monitoring report and or compliance monitoring report pagka meron ka nung number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yan ang mahalaga dyan. Now, kung may mga activity ng disposal, all the more na kailangan mo mag-submit ng report at ilalagay mo sa report sa SMR, CMR, yung mga information na yan. And that's it. Continuous monitoring na lang kung may expiration ng isang permit, i- i-review at i-renew. Kung merong kailangang amendment sa ECC or CNC dahil merong major changes, major modification or expansion, ayun, continuous monitoring na lang, mag-apply ng amendment. Maganda na magkaroon lang ng self-monitoring, self-audit kasi makakagawa ka ng corrective action na walang fine or penalty. Kasi pagka na-monitor tayo ng DNR EMB na audit, may mga adverse findings, ilalagay sa report of inspection yung mga adverse finding, i-endorse sa legal unit ng concerned regional office ng EMB. At saka, padadalan ka ng notice of violation. So, a PCO must uh, ensure compliance of the company to the requirements of major environmental laws. So, ito yung logical order of prioritization, ECC or CNC, business registration and project setup, PCO accreditation, itong operational permit, PTO, and discharge permit, itong hazardous waste generator ID, para magkaroon ka ng MOA with transporter and TSD, at saka kung may mga activities na tayo, may mga legal permits and documents, we can now submit our SMR or self-monitoring report. Saka CMR, lalo kung ECC, holder. Dapat mag-submit ka ng compliance monitoring report. And then, that's it. Continuous monitoring and audit na lamang. So, overall, proper prioritization of DNR requirements from securing the ECC or CNC to obtaining operational permits, at saka itong managing waste responsibly and maintaining continuous monitoring and reporting. Kailangan yan para sa ating prioritization ng DNR requirements. Pag na siguro natin na may permits, properly manage yung waste, nakakapag-submit ng report, this demonstrates not only legal compliance, but also a strong commitment to environmental stewardship and corporate accountability. Kaya i-follow natin yung logical order of prioritization dahil nagpapakita ito ng legal compliance at strong commitment to environmental stewardship and corporate accountability. So that's it. I hope you have learned something today kung ano yung priority order of DNR permits and documents bilang mga pollution control officer or managing head ng establishment. Let us comply religiously to the requirements of major environmental laws. Salamat po at kung sa tingin nyo nakatulong ang video na to, please share and like this video. If you have question, just type it below. Thank you very much and God bless us all.